Welcome and thanks for joining me right here on my channel. The solution is you. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. If you are just stopping by and enjoy the content, then make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. With that, let me go ahead and get into the topic. So the topic of today is the truth shall set you free. So I know all of us has told a lie at some point. And the thing about lying is the older you get, the more of a hassle it is. You remember when you were younger, you could just get away with just telling a lie and nothing would happen to you. Maybe you stole something out of the store and there was really no repercussions because somewhat it was expected of somebody who was young. I'd never forget back in the day, my aunt, she didn't play that. So I remember going into a store, convenience store, and back in the day, man, we used to go in and take candy, Jolly Ranchers and bubble gum and things like that. But I remember this one time I took it was a plastic toy pair of handcuffs. So I took the handcuffs. I may have taken some candy and I got away with it. So I took it all back home. I got home. One of my sisters was at the house. So I whipped out the handcuffs and I placed them on her wrist. And the thing about this, though, I couldn't get the handcuffs off. So no matter what I did, I could not get these handcuffs off. And so I had to be about, I don't know, I had to be about 10 or 11 years old. And usually, the handcuffs come with a little key, but for some reason, I couldn't get these handcuffs off. So she went and told our great aunt, and great aunt came to see what was going on, and she checked and saw those handcuffs. And so she was like, "How these get on your arm?" And so she said, "My brother did that." And so my aunt asked me where I get the handcuffs from. And back in the day, you had respect for your elders and the people who were taking care of you. So I had no choice but to tell her. So I told her that I had took them from the store. And my aunt already know that I stole them because I didn't she didn't give out any allowance or anything like that. So I'm cold busted. So she puts me in the car and takes me right back up to the store where I took those handcuffs. So she went up to the clerk and she said, "My nephew came up here and took some merchandise that wasn't his. He don't have any money, so he shouldn't have this in his possession. And I just wanted to let you know, and you owe him an apology." So I had to give an apology to the clerk, and it was so embarrassing. And so, man, that's one time when I was younger I really regret, and that's something that I remember to this day. But a lot of times now, especially when you're older, lies can have an everlasting impact depending on your situation. And when it comes down to your being in a relationship, you really have to be careful about the lying because lying does catch up with you. When you tell one lie, you have to tell another one. And we all know that women are the greatest detectives ever. If you tell a lie and you think you've gotten away with it, it'll come back up. Women pay attention. So when you think you've gotten away with something and it's like 2 or 3 years later, you haven't gotten away with anything because women pay attention to the small things and they will hold memories of things that really mean something to them. So no matter if it's 2 years later, and especially if you're a person like to run your mouth, you may be talking and in a conversation and she's listening to see try to match up what you're saying to something that happened 2 years earlier. So there's no way that you can get out of this situation. So, I make it a point to just go ahead and get used to just telling the truth. Because, like I said, as you get older, you don't have time to go back and think about what you said and when you said it. what were you doing at a particular time that you said you was doing something else. You really don't have time for that. And especially if you're a person who is occupied, you stay busy, and you are looking to get into something new, whatever that may be, you never want your lies to come back on you. And so it's important to make sure that you are always truthful. And if you find yourself falling back into old habits, telling white lies and then that full blown lies, then you want to make sure that you come forth, admit your mistakes, and then say what you will do to correct it. And then you have to act on it and go out of your way not to make the mistakes again. I appreciate you for listening to me today. Please understand that the solution is you. With that, have a great day.